Hi, good morning. This is Miss Mischief, or Valerie. All right, so how are you this morning? Because, whew, so much is going on. So if you'll join me today as I get ready to go to work, it's got to be a neutral look. So sad. It's going to be fine. Anyway, for my neutral look today, I am going to use the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. This is the packaging, which is, it's pretty. I just like this shiny color. And here's what the inside looks like. So, these colors are pretty neutral. So yay, I can wear these to work. And for my more neutral looking blush and highlighter stuff, I am going to be using a Nars palette, Exposed. I love the packaging on this. It's so pretty. And this is what the inside of it looks like. So I had physical therapy yesterday. I haven't even primed my eyes. I had physical therapy yesterday, and yesterday was like the best day of physical therapy since I've been going. So that was awesome. And then I went to work, and I normally work 12-hour shifts at night, but I'm on light duty, and I was working 8 hours, 5 days a week. But then my symptoms got really bad, so they bumped me to 6 hours, 3 times a week. And now I'm to 10 hours, 4 days a week, which is awesome. I'm hoping that my next appointment, doctor's appointment, which is in February, I will get to go back to being a nursing nurse and off of light duty and go back to nights. So I don't want to keep doing 8s because it's so far from the 12-hour mark, and I will definitely be going, back to a 12-hour shift, and I don't want the transition. It's already going to be hard transitioning back from days, because right now I'm working days. The transition from days to nights is going to be hard enough without me trying to go from 8s to 12s. So at least 10s, there's only a 2-hour difference, so that won't be quite as extreme. Goodness, I am sweating, and it's got to be hormonal stuff, because it is not hot here at all. It's not hot. It's me. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm hot all the time. Anyway, so how are y'all doing? So I went to work yesterday, did my first 10-hour shift, which was fine. And about 2/3 during the shift, I get a text message from my Citibank credit card, and they are like, did you spend almost $2,000 at HP.com? I quickly text them back saying no, it's a fraud alert. And I'm a little disturbed because I did not, I had not been doing any online shopping or anything. So they quickly give me a call. The gentleman is very nice that is helping me. And he's like, so did you make a purchase for almost $2,000 at, HP.com? And I'm like, I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, how about airline tickets? And I'm like, no, I'm at work. I'm not shopping. I'm trying to make money today. And so then he's like, how about I don't remember what he said the place was or the charge, but it was over $300. It was 300 and something. And again, I'm like, no. So he's like, do you have the card in your possession? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't looked for the card. I just went ahead and as soon as I saw the alert, I went ahead and contacted you to let you know that I don't have, I don't know what's going on. So he went ahead and said that, they would mark that as fraud and start looking into it. We went over some more charges that I don't recall, that I'm pretty sure I didn't do. And yeah. So a little later, I get another phone call. This time it's from the airline. And they were like, is this Valerie? And they said my last name. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, did you book some airline tickets? And I was like, no. I was like, my credit card company has already, contacted me, and, they're resolving this as fraud. And she's like, oh, I am so sorry. She's like, I am going to go ahead and cancel the credit card. And I'm thinking, yay, because I did not do this. So, but it was a guy. I don't remember his name. She gave me his name. And this guy bought these airline tickets going from Chicago to Ohio, which I'm in Houston. He did give her my full name and my address and my phone number. And she said it was the airline tickets were bought for one day going from Chicago to Ohio, and then the next day also just a one. So she was calling to confirm that he didn't make a mistake, that he wanted to go one day from the same place. That anyway, she was just verifying that there wasn't a mistake made. So thank goodness these people, do all these things. And I told her what was going on, and she's like, okay, well, I'm going to cancel these and start the refund process. So, yeah, how crazy is that? Sorry, I'm still sweating. But that was so crazy and so scary, and I'm so glad that my credit card company is very on the ball. And I want to put something shimmery, but I haven't decided which one. That I think is neutral enough, though. Again, just so creepy that, And so I did go and check my wallet. The card it's in my possession. So they were doing some online shopping, but I don't know where they got my card or any of those things. It's really weird that this has happened. Just so unexpected. And so be careful with your credit card information. I was talking to a coworker. She's like, Valerie, I think they're in the process of trying to actually steal your identity, which is really scary. And she's like, I think you should file a police report. And which I think is a lot, but I think my coworker's right. I think I should. I'm off tomorrow, so I probably will file a police report tomorrow. But again, just so unexpected. I don't know what. Just so strange. Just so very strange that they got my credit card information. So it gets a little stranger. I come home and there's a package. And my name is spelled wrong. My first name is spelled wrong. My last name is spelled wrong. And I'm like, oh, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a typo. Not sure. So I open the package and there is like a $400 smartwatch that I never ordered. I don't even know where the smartwatch came from, but there is a way to return it and a phone number to call. So I will be doing that tomorrow too, since I have this smartwatch that I didn't order. So, and they had the fast shipping was on there, and I thought, that's weird. I never pay for shipping. I always want free shipping. I mean, if I can get it free, I always do free. So, and my daughter was like, I thought that was weird, Mom. You always tell me if you order something and we're expecting a package. And she goes, I thought it was weird that this package showed up and there was, you never said that we were expecting anything. And I was like, yeah, I didn't buy this. I did not do this. So again, I'm assuming all of these things are, related. So it's a very, very interesting. I did start my keto yesterday, and I'm proud. I'm proud that I actually started, and it wasn't the easiest day to start because my manager is leaving. So of course they threw a potluck, and what do they have at potlucks? Every dessert you can imagine. They had banana pudding. I didn't eat any. They had so much food of every sort. They had homemade enchiladas, and I really wanted to eat them. By the way, I did not, because they did not fit my macros. Yeah, you know what macros are? I really didn't know. Really didn't think about macros until I started this process. So, but they did not fit, so I did not eat them. But one of my coworkers made this brisket that I could actually. Now, I did bring my lunch in case there wasn't anything at the potluck that I could have, because I wasn't taking any chances. I told my coworkers, I was like, yeah, I brought my lunch. And they were like, well, why'd you bring your lunch? We're having a potluck today. And I was like, because I probably can't eat the things that are going to be in the potluck, and that's okay, but I have to be healthier. I mean, I'm busting out my scrubs, and it's more important that I don't buy a bigger size scrubs. I don't mind buying scrubs if they're smaller, but dear Jesus, we are not buying bigger scrubs at this point in our lives. I don't know what would have to happen. We are not buying bigger scrubs. We're like, no, we're anti bigger scrubs. So, anyway, she made this brisket and I could eat it, and it was delicious. And I got the recipe from her because it's totally keto friendly, and it's delicious, and it's not difficult to make. So I'm excited, and she made so much brisket, and she's like, you can take some home with you. And I was like, I will. I sure will. Because it was so good. Goodness gracious, I can't stop sweating. These neutral looks, they're not bad. They're just neutral. I mean, I like it. Again, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just, can't stop sweating. How many? Yeah, ooh. So, I am going to put on some highlighter with a brush. Because we don't want to glow to the moon. Okay, we do want to glow to the moon, but they made sure to let me know glowing to the moon, doing anything too glowy, too glittery, too colorful. Well, no. They just said no. And there's worse, so we love our job. We're so fortunate because there's so many people that do not love their jobs. And I love my job, so no glowy. And this morning, I was like, I want to try the intermittent fasting, and I was been doing research on all of this because I don't know. I had never done keto, so I don't know how it works. So, obviously we're going to use our fingers and maybe be a little bit more extra today. Anyway, intermittent fasting, right? And the most popular thing that I see is you start like at 8 p.m. and then you eat 16 hours later, which is noon the next day. And I was like, 16 hours without eating. I'm used to eating every 3 to 4 hours. It may not be much. It may just be a couple of bites of something, but my body is used to that. So I was like, oh dear Jesus, 16 hours. I'm gonna die. But I actually stopped eating last night at 9 p.m. so I can eat today at 1. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Worst thing is it won't happen today, and we'll do it another day. And I was like, well, what are people doing to hold over for 16 hours? Because that to me is such an extended period of time. And they are drinking Bulletproof Coffee. And Bulletproof Coffee has the, what you call it in it? It has, I'm trying to remember. It has butter. And this particular recipe that I used has butter and NCT oil, and it's supposed to help with brain function. I need all the help I can get with brain function. So I was like, you know what? Let's try it. The worst thing is we'll make some Bulletproof Coffee. We'll hate it. We won't drink it. We'll throw it away. That's the worst, right? So, that is what we're doing. We made it, and we didn't hate it or drinking it. And I'm excited. I didn't know if that would be something that I would be interested in ever. The thought of coffee and butter to me sounds disgusting, but I want to be successful. And yesterday I did good with my calories. I got enough protein. I went over carbs by 2, so I'm not too worried about that because it's the first day and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, well, if it's only by 2, that's really not terrible in the big scheme of things, especially when you're learning how to count your carbs and all your macros and keep track of everything. So I was like, okay, let's, go for this. So, anyway, went over by 2, but I was so far. You're supposed to get quite a bit of fat in, and I was so off on my fats. And that's the whole point, is you're trying to get enough fat in and teach your body how to burn fat. And so I was like, well, let's try something different this morning. So I went ahead and I made the Bulletproof Coffee. It has no sweetener in it. It's coffee, it's butter, and MCT oil is the recipe I used. And no sweetener. I like sweet stuff. I really like my coffee sweet with lots of cream and sweetener. I use an artificial sweetener, flavor, and on ice. So I make this hot coffee so it can melt the butter, and I put it in the blender and it gets all frothy, and I take a sip and I was like, I don't hate it. I was really excited about that. I was like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. This is great. So, yeah. So I'm having Bulletproof Coffee because they say that the Bulletproof Coffee sustains them so that during the 16-hour fast, so that they can go ahead and be successful on it. It doesn't spike your blood sugar, so you stay in a state of ketosis. I don't even know if I'm in ketosis. I didn't buy anything to prove ketosis. Anyway, you do all that. And yeah, so I'm trusting the process, and I am trying new things and trying to be open-minded, because it's very different eating than what I'm used to. And anytime you're doing something new, you know, you have to be open. And people have had really good results. One of the nurses I work with, she's like, it's so bad for you. And I was like, well, when I get to where I need to be, I can always maintain and, add more carbs in, healthy carbs. I said, but right now, I really need to get to a healthier weight, and I need to do something because I don't want to buy bigger scrubs, and my scrubs aren't fitting, and I want to be healthier. The bottom line is I want to be healthier. So, I don't see me doing keto forever. And maybe I will do some form, I guess, maybe. Again, I'm still learning, so I don't know. I'm using my Fitness Pal. I'm using 2 apps on my phone to keep track of things because, well, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep, getting enough water. Past 2 nights, I have gotten enough sleep, so that is a really good feeling. I've gotten enough sleep past 2 nights, and we're just taking it one step at a time. I even have a food scale, like weighing food out, which never really did that before either. So that's interesting. I'm just learning new skills. I break out the measuring cups. I'm really measuring everything because I want to know. I want to know. If I don't document it well, I won't know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. And I don't want to be guessing. I really want to know. And again, people have had really good success. And there's so many keto friendly. I mean, if you're going to go keto, this is the time. They've made it it's easy to do. There's so many videos and you can get cookbooks and all kinds of things. So, I mean, again, if you're going to do it, right? I am just putting on my favorite mascara. Oh, you know what happens today? The Cleona Stained Glass Collection sale happens later today. And I'm not really interested in a lot of makeup right now, but I do think I am going to indulge and buy some, and I'm excited about that. They have done really well with talking about all their formulas, all their shades, and yeah, I'm excited. You know, they have some new shades that I'm really excited about. So this is the look so far without lipstick. Let me put some lipstick on. I want something pretty plain. Pretty plain. Oh. Ooh, you know, this is one of my favorites. It's a Elegant, and the shade is Heat Wave. I do like this color, even totally by itself with not 90 shades on there. I am going to add another Elegant shade that's a little lighter. Because I always like that ombre effect. And I want the teeniest, tiniest bit of glitter. And I like the Lime Crime Diamond Crushers. Oh, I like these so much. And it gives me just a little bit of glitter because obviously I think I need glitter. So this is the look. I will do more with my hair and go off to work. And I hope each and every one of you have a great day. Drink your water, get your steps in, and stay focused on being your best self. That's my goal. Happy, healthy, and whole this year. I am aiming for that. So anyway, hope to see each and every one of you again soon. Bye.